look like a freaking mess. Okay. Hi guys, it's Cheyenne. So I have these. Okay, so if you don't know the tea is that before these launched, when they were supposed to launch, it was a big old mess. There was inconsistency in palettes, and so Morphe pulled them all. No tea, no shade. They pulled them all. That's what it said, which is respectable. That's respectable. Like, you can't be mad at that. They literally make millions of dollars, and I'm sure they could have afforded to do this, but they also lost out on a lot of money. So then, I guess, just from looking at a tweet that I literally just saw from Jaclyn like 2 seconds ago, after somebody had tweeted at her about the new palettes, was that the old palettes were destroyed, and these are completely new palettes. Okay, so I waited to purchase these until they revamped them because I wasn't gonna get the old ones and be disappointed. But here's some more piping hot tea. I watched the Thomas Halbert video literally 20 minutes after I purchased these, and I was like, did I waste my money? Did I waste my money on these? Did I make a mistake? So you know what? Since I got them, since I finally started my YouTube channel, I might as well review them. I know a lot of people out there on YouTube want to see them reviewed, so I'm going to. I already opened them and I already swatched them, and I wasn't mad at this one with swatches. The swatches on this one were pretty good. This is the Bling Boss one. I'm gonna show you that. That's the Bling Boss one. I took swatches of this one, these two, this one, and this one. These swatches, they were just swatches though, on my leg, because I don't like doing it on my arms, because when I wipe it off then my arm feels weird and I don't like it. But anyways, the swatches so far on these ones were pretty freaking good. But this one, this is the Ring the Alarm palette. Okay, I swatched these two, and this one. When I swatched this, this rush color right here, it wasn't super pigmented. It was not like all pigmented. Like, it wasn't pigmented. Like it wasn't that pigmented. And maybe it's because it's meant to be a lighter color where you can build it up. I don't know. I don't remember which color Jaclyn had said that was the super light but very buildable color. But this one was like super light when I swatched it. And then when I went to put the finger that I had used to swatch that back over it to maybe get more pigment on there, it blended into freaking nothing. It looked like it disappeared. So the original Jaclyn Hill palette was freaking amazing, okay? This is what mine looks like. It looks like I'm getting close to hitting pan on this one. I haven't used this palette in a while just because I have bought so many other palettes, and it looks like I'm gonna hit pan on this shade right here soon. I don't remember the shade because I don't have the card, but I do have the revamped version, or not the revamped, but the new packaging one. I have opened this one and I have used it too, just because I wanted to see if there was any differences. I literally used this palette on one eye and this palette on the other. There really was no differences between the new packaging and the old packaging. So for anyone who thought there would be, you're wrong. But yeah, I haven't used this palette in a while just because I have a crap ton of single eyeshadows from ColourPop that I had gotten. I have one other Morphe palette, I believe. I have Dose of Colors palettes. I have the new Kathleen X ColourPop Zodiac palette. I have that one. I've been using that one like anytime I do my eyes, so I've been using this, but it's still like one of the best eyeshadows that I have in my collection. But are these just as good? We gonna find out today. Before we start, I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera and then I will be right back. Okay, so while I am priming my eyelids, I'm just gonna say a few things. I love Jaclyn Hill like the most. Like, a couple years ago when I was going through a hard time, I started watching YouTube videos and I found Jaclyn Hill. She was like the first person that, you know, I started watching that. I was just like, you make me feel better. Anytime I watch her videos, I feel better, no matter what it is. Still to this day, she still makes me feel better when I'm not feeling so great. I'm a super fan of hers. Like, I literally like stood at my freaking laptop for like an hour before her palette even dropped, the first palette, for an hour. Just refreshing the page until like literally down to the minute, and I refreshed it and it was finally up and I was like, oh my god, like this is amazing. And I ordered that, and that was like the only palette, that was like really honestly the only big palette that the only palette that I had in general. The only kind of eyeshadows that I had before that was like literally like Coastal Scents and like old palettes that, like the little ones from the drugstore that my mom had from when she would do her makeup. That's all I had. Other than that, it was just little like single shadows from Coastal Scents, which by the way, their shadows are still freaking good. I don't know why people don't never talk about them. I will probably talk about them at some point, but right now this is about Jaclyn now. But anyways, I'm such a freaking super fan of her. I love her to death. I think she's still just like such a queen no matter what she does. I don't care like what happens in her life. I will always support her because she saved me from like a really freaking bad spot in my life. And it was great. So this isn't like any shade towards Jaclyn if these palettes just aren't that great. Like maybe she like tried it and maybe these are gonna be a freaking flop and there's more tea than I want there to be. I really don't want there to be any tea. I really want these to freaking work because I paid for these with my own money. Okay, like I'm a new YouTuber, like I'm working with my own everything here. So I really want these to work. This is not gonna be no shade. I will be disappointed if they don't work, but things happen. Things happen. So I think I'm going to use the Ring the Alarm palette for this, because this is the one that didn't swatch very well. So I'm gonna use this one. Plus I'm not trying to use like these colors for like a daytime look. So I'm gonna use this one, the Ring the Alarm palette. It looks pretty though, it really does. And I like that they come with mirrors, that's fantastic. But when it comes down to it, are these palettes really redone? It's questions. And I'm about to give y'all the answers. Okay. And I am using a Morphe brush. There's no number on this one because I believe I bought this in like a collection of like 4 brushes or something. But I am going to start off with the color that did not swatch very well, and that was Rush. And a little disclaimer before I do this. I always have problems with eyeshadows on this eye. This section right here, things just like don't go over it smoothly. I don't know if it's my eye's fault or I don't know, but literally eyeshadows have never gone over it right. So it might not look that great on this eye, but I will know if these are good by this eye because this eye never looks bad. Like when I do it, it never looks bad. So if it looks bad, then it's this, not my eye. Okay, so I'm going in with Rush, this one right here. So far, not much kick up. When I did tap the brush off, a little bit came off. Normal, I'm used to it. going in the crease. I should probably zoom y'all in. It looks a little bit patchy. That sucks. But I'm gonna try to build it a little bit, so just so you know, I'm tapping lightly, so there's like nothing coming off. Okay. Girl, please work. I don't want it to be a flop. Okay, now that I've built it up, I don't think it looks that bad. It doesn't look bad to me. I mean, maybe some people will be a little bit frustrated that they have to build it up to get it perfect. I see no problem with having to build it up because I always build up my shadows no matter what, pigmented, patchy or not. Like, I still build my shadows up, so I'm not upset at this. It looks pretty good so far. Okay. I'm going to take a Sonia Kashuk tapered blending brush, and I'm going to take this one, Mugshot, right here, and I'm gonna put that in my crease, but a little bit lower. To be honest, I don't think I have a crease, but my crease is literally a fold in my eye, so all tea, all shade to myself. But I'm gonna take Mugshot and I'm gonna put that a little bit lower in my crease area. Light tapping. There is pigment on the brush. There is. I did light tapping into this, and I don't have any kick up. I don't know if people are just really freaking harsh on their palettes, but I don't get kick up, like, ever. Or if I do, it's like so minimal that I don't care. But I just wanted to say that. That was a lot of taps in there. There is pigment on the brush. Still pigment on the brush. And that was 3 taps, so. Okay, I see it now. Maybe I just didn't get enough on the brush. I'm going to blend that with the previous brush that I used for the first color. There is a little bit, but like I said, not a lot. Okay, so in my book, hold on a second here. In my book, these are blending good so far. I think they're pigmented. I think they blend together pretty well. So far. I'm not mad at it. I don't see any problems so far. So far there is no tea. So okay, I think I'm gonna cut my crease. I usually don't cut my crease when I do cut crease looks because usually I use like the Stila liquid shadows or the liquid glitters or whatever. But I guess I'm gonna cut my crease so that I can use these shimmer shadows like this one or this one or this one or this one. And we'll see how that works out. I think maybe I don't know. I kind of want to use the other palette on my other eye to see if that one's good too. I don't know. Let me cut my crease and think about it. I really like the gold shade. I think I'm gonna use on camera this gold shade right here. And put that on my lid. I'm using my finger to apply, which is probably gonna be hard being that I have nails, but whatever. It's pretty focused. It's pretty pigmented. Let me swatch it. That's a pretty color. I probably will swatch both palettes on my arm at the end of the video so you guys can see those swatches. Probably should have done that at the beginning before I started, but I'm a mess, so take it or leave it. But I'm just going to take that shade. Oh! Can you say pigmented? That is, wow, that is pigmented. Wow. Wow. Alright, no, all jokes aside though, I'm not even trying to kiss ass, but like, these are freaking pretty good. I haven't had really any problems with blendability. I mean, I did have to build the colors up maybe twice to get it to be perfect, but I'm not mad at that. But wow, these are freaking pigmented, homie. Let me use the brush that I used to cut my crease. I did clean it, or wiped it off at least, to get around the edges because my finger cannot. I really have to fix that freaking top part. It just looks so bad. That's my fault, not the palette's fault. Brush again. Dip it into that gold shade. I'm going to use MAC Fix Plus. Just so I can try to like get that line like as clean as possible. I'm really not good at cut creases, so sorry. But so far I'm not mad at this palette like whatsoever. This one is pretty good, but as Thomas Halbert says, you can't really mess up warm tones. Like, you can't. Like literally as I'm filming this, like some tea is happening. like, okay. Sorry for the glare. I don't know and I don't care. Ain't my problem. Alright, so honestly, I'm not going to do the other palette on my eye. Well, I haven't even finished this one. God dang it. Alright. I'm gonna finish this one and then maybe I'll do a couple shades on my other eye. I'm not gonna do anything like cut crease wise. It's just my battery is dying, so. Okay, so I'm going to take this e.l.f. blending brush, I think that's what it is, and I'm gonna take Secret and put that on the outer edges. Alright, I'm dipping in. I mean, that's not that bad. There is a little bit of fallout from the shade on my eye, and I am struggling with this shade just a little bit. It's just alright, I'm struggling. I really didn't. That was a turn that I did not want to happen. I dipped in again. It's not like crazy fallout, but alright, that shade is not the worst, but it's not the greatest eyeshadow I've ever dealt with. Just try and blend this out as nicely as I can. I'm not mad at the palette. There is some fallout on my face, which is normal. That's why I always do my eyes first. Because my camera is dying, I'm going to go off camera and stop recording. I'm gonna do like this half of my face, and then come back and finish this eye really quick. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, hello, I'm back. So I finished this half of my face. I'm just gonna finish the lower lash line and do some mascara and maybe put on half a lip of lipstick. I don't know. Let me zoom y'all in just a little bit. Oh no, I'm sorry, but this side of my face looks freaking poppin', yo. Like, I used this Dior Air Flash foundation, and it doesn't even, like, it doesn't look like I'm wearing, like, actual, like, foundation on my face. I'm going to take Rush, my crease shade that I used first. I don't know if you saw any of that, but so as I was finishing, I'm gonna take mugshot. So as I was finishing, like, the side of my face with the rest of my makeup, my base makeup, bronzer, all that, I kept looking at the eye makeup that I had done so far, and you know, really thinking about it, like really thinking about it. And I personally do not have any issues with the palette. I don't feel I think maybe, I don't know, when I was watching Thomas Halbert's review on these palettes, because he did 4 looks and they all looked really bad besides the one with this palette, and maybe that's why I'm not having any issues with it, was because this was, like, maybe the only really, like, the only one that you couldn't mess up, maybe. But personally, I didn't have any problems with this palette. I'm just taking the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Gilded Honey. So pretty, oh my god. And I'm gonna put that on my Anaconda. Might as well just go with the gold theme, right? Ooh. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So we're just looking at this side of my face. Like, not even thinking about this side. I think it looks really good. And if I didn't think it looked pretty freaking good, I wouldn't say it. But with my personal experience with this palette, it looks great. It was not that hard to blend. Maybe, I don't recall if I saw Thomas Halbert, like, tapping off excess, or maybe he did and I just don't remember it, but I was using really, like, small amounts, and I tapped off more than once, and this, I'm sorry, but it's kudos to me is what I'm saying, and kudos to this palette, and kudos to Jaclyn. I love her. She's amazing. I'm going to do my mascara, give you my final thoughts, and then do some swatches, and I'm probably going to move my swatches all the way to the front of the video. You know what, no, I'm not. Because I can't fucking hide. I can't hide this, and no. I put my mascara on, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection, but based on just this palette alone, because I did not use the other one. But I will attach swatches of the other one on my arm as well. This is the Alarm palette. That's the one that I used, and honestly, I didn't really have any problems with it. Was it the best eyeshadow palette ever? No, because you can find these colors in other palettes. And they do remind me a lot of the original palette. They do remind me a lot of the original palette. You could probably make similar looks with this palette and make other ones as you can make with this one. The shades might be slightly different, but you could find pretty much the same shadows from this one in this one. But if you don't have that palette and you want something smaller for everyday use, this would be a good palette. It's not a bad palette. I didn't find really any problems with this palette. I think the look looks really good. I think the shades are nice. Me personally, my tips for using this palette, because it seems like people are having like patchiness, or like it's just like too much, or it's too little, or whatever. I went in with little amounts for each shade and I built it to where I wanted, and I had no issues. The metallic shade, gorgeous. The outer corner color that I used, I struggled with that one just a teensy weensy bit, but at like this look still looks freaking amazing. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Do I think the palette's worth it? Yes. I think this was like $14 or $15 for each palette. I believe that's what it was marked down as, is $14 or $15 for this palette. Don't you get the same amount of shadows in Kylie palettes for like way more than that? Right? So yeah, I think that this palette so far was worth it, worth the money. I think it's a good palette for everyday use. I think that you could find these shades in other palettes, but are they going to be as cheap as this? Probably not. Could you find these shades or similar shades to the original Jaclyn Hill palette? Yes. But at the end of the day, overall, I do believe that this was a good palette. I think it worked beautifully. I think that they were blendable, to me at least. I don't know exactly what everybody else's issue that has reviewed the second launch. I don't know what their issue with the palettes was. I really honestly, I don't know. I saw Thomas Halbert's video and it looked like a hot mess. Like the shadows looked like a hot mess, but I don't know, maybe it was the way he was using them. Maybe he was using too much pigments, or not, tapping off enough, or whatever the case may be. I personally think this looked great and it worked out great. And I only did it on one eye, so I don't know how it would have worked on this eye, because like I said before, this eye always tends to look really patchy because of the skin on my eye, like on my eyelid. It's just how it is. So yeah, I'm gonna do swatches of the shades on my arm, and I will also do swatches of this one even though I did not use it. And then yeah, that will be the end of my video. So I'm going to start with the top row in the palette. I'm going to start with Lolly. I think it's a beautiful shade. It looks like so. Then Rush. This is the one that I swatched off of camera and it disappeared into nothing. It's not doing that now, so that's good. This is On Camera, the one I used on my lid. And I know I'm going in circles a few times. That's just how I do swatches myself, like at home. And it looks like so. This is Boom. Very pretty shade. Oh, I love that. The next shade is Alert. happened there? Let me do a little bit more. See if this is a buildable one. Yeah, looks buildable. Next one is the second row. It's called Bomb Ass. Am I even allowed to say that on camera? I don't know. Whatever. Looks fantastic. Next one is Siren. Oh, alright. I'm just gonna show you this just so you can see, just so I'm not leaving any kind of stuff out of here. Here's a swatch of Siren. Oh, I got some up there, whatever. That is Siren. The next one is Mugshot. Like I said, I don't want you to miss anything. Now I am going a little bit aggressively when swirling my finger around in these, so maybe that is probably why it's doing that, but I'm not gonna leave that out, just so you guys have the real information. And this is, oh, some of that just fell off onto my comforter. I'm not the best person at swatches, so please don't clock me for that, but some of this shade crumbled off onto my comforter. Not lit. Okay, so what I'm noticing while washing off these swatches is that there is a little bit of staining on this finger and this one. I believe these are from these two shades, so just beware that these two shades may or may not stain your lids. The next shade in the palette is Framed. Okay, so this one didn't crumble at all or have really any kickback next to these ones. So this is Framed. I'm just going to build that just a little bit more. That is Framed. And the last one is Secret, the one that I struggled with when putting it on my eyes. And that is all 10 shades swatched on my arm. So like I said, these two may stain your eyes. These two may stain, I don't know yet because I haven't washed the swatches off my fingers. I haven't washed the swatches off my hand or my arm yet, so I don't know if any others will stain. To the Bling Boss palette, I'm going to do swatches of these. Starting from the top going this way, like the last one, I'm starting with Bling Bling. This is a really freaking pretty shade. When I swatched this, it was gorge. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to build that up just a little bit more so we can get that full impact. Now just think of this color when it would be wet. That would be amazing. Maybe this was the one she was saying that would disappear into her skin when she swatched it. I'm not sure. I don't remember the video quite that well. I'm really getting in there. And this is me roughly putting my finger in there. And that is Hush Hush. Pretty color. The next one is Gem. I would love to use this color soon. There is some like crumbliness like in this area, and I have a feeling this is gonna crumble when I swatch it. So I'm gonna put my arm like this. So that I avoid any crumbling. Okay. The next one is Pizzazz. Build it up. And I'm being honest with you when I'm telling you that I am building them up, so that you see that how it looks when I first put it on, and then you also see how it looks when I build it up. So these are the first 4 that I have so far. Maybe I'll do this one with my thumb too. The next one is Mystic. There is some kind of like in the corner there, like built up, but that's fine. It's a pretty color. Next up is Sparks. Oh, right. I just want you to look at this before I build it up. This is me going in a couple of times and then swatching. So I'm giving it more than just a one swatch, you know. Actually, I'm gonna swatch this one with just one swipe. Oh, well, that's more than one swipe. Alright, I'm gonna build this up. Then I'm gonna show you one swipe. This was one swipe in the pan. One swipe. What is that? And that was the shade Sparks, am I correct? Yes, that was the last one I swatched. That was the last one I swatched with Sparks. Alright, ready? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now after swirling in 9 times, it's a decent swatch now. That's 9 swatches. That is 9. There's the one swipe, the 4, another 4, and that's what I got with 9. Okay, next is Glitz and Glam. That's a good swatch. That's a very good swatch. Rockstar. Oh no, honey, what is happening here? What is that? Honey. That took a while to build it. A little bit less than Sparks, but you know, it still took a while. Next is Ballsy. That is Ballsy. And the last one is Berry Treasure. That's what it looks like on my finger. I'm going to move this swatch over here. I'm gonna do one more. Not bad when you build it. It's a really pretty color with the sparkles in it. Yeah, so with this palette, there are some concerns swatch-wise. I did not use any of those on my lids, so I don't know how they work on the lids because swatches can be deceiving. Swatches cannot go well on the arm but be fine on the eye, or the opposite, they can be fine on the arm and not fine on the eye. Look, the palette that I did use was good, but like I said before, like Thomas Halbert has said before, you cannot really mess up warm tones. But this Sparks and Rockstar, those weren't good. Took a couple times of building for them to even look decent. This is, hold on. Right here, these are all the same color and all different builds. First one was like 4 swipes, I think 4 swirls, or give or take 3 to 5 swirls in the pan. The second one was 1 swipe, and the third one was 1 swipe on top of 4 swirls on top of 4 swirls. So that's the only reason why I built up the way that it did. So that's a concern. So I'm pretty much just gonna leave my review based on the ones that I used on my eye, and that was the Ring the Alarm palette, and I think that one was good. But like I said before, and I know I'm being repetitive, hard to mess up warm tones, but as far as the Bling Boss palette, that was a little bit disappointing based off of swatches. Should have taken a picture of that. I should have taken a picture of that, but whatever. It was caught on camera, like it was not that great. Anyways, that concludes my review of the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe Fall Collection palettes, the ones that I bought so far. With just doing swatches of these ones, I don't think this one is going to be that great. I could be wrong. I will update you guys in the description bar once I finally use this on my eyes, but as far as right now, this isn't looking good. This one looks great. This is the Ring the Alarm palette. It did well on my eye. I didn't really have any problems with it, so that concludes this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys will like and subscribe. Please comment down below your thoughts, and did you buy any of these palettes? Did you buy these two? Have you used any of them yet? And what do you think? What is your opinion? Do you think they really destroyed the old palettes and remade them? I don't know what to, I don't know. I did not get any of the old palettes from the last pre-launch. I didn't get that, so I don't know what else to say about these, honestly. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Have you used them? All that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. And before I go, I also want to say I am so sorry that I look crazy with one half of my face done and my hair is a mess. I'm just a mess. That is just me. So please don't clock me for it. It's just who I am. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.